I'm trying to see how long it takes before it actually tells me people are watching this, or that no people are watching this, because I've noticed there's a delay between when we start and when it actually goes live. There we go. All right. So hi everyone. In case you guys are wondering who is this weird girl who's smiling at the camera without seeming to actually want to do anything. My name is Misha Gerrick. I am a writer of young adult and adult urban and epic fantasy. And I'm from South Africa, which is why I have a very awkward, very weird light that is now very determined to be pointing at me. Let's try that. Still not perfect, but unfortunately it is pretty much evening at the moment, so the lighting is going to be bad, but it's pretty much the only time that I can stream that actually isn't common with the people who like to watch me stream. So we shall have to deal with that whole thing above my head happening. I'm an angel. That's why. It's like, this is the little stick that the halo is connected to. We just can't see the halo. But other than that, I hope you guys are doing well, and that if you are watching from the future, that you are going to have a good time writing with me. Today was a bit of a crazy day for me. I spent pretty much all of it with my family until like 20 minutes ago, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing today. I might sort out some music lists again because I haven't finished everything yet. The last thing I did was actually transfer my my playlists, which is basically like the soundtracks for my books. I transferred those to Spotify from somewhere else, which I'm not going to name because the last time I named them, magically the stream just disappeared. So hopefully by now, not naming the people I'm moving away from, I can stay online because otherwise it sucks. But yeah, so I did that, but I haven't quite transferred all of my favorite music that hasn't actually gone into playlists yet, so I need to do that, and I haven't yet, and I kept putting it off, but I'm thinking today is probably a good time because my brain is feeling like mush. Last week when I mentioned that the job that I was doing with the video was kicking my ass, it continued to kick my ass for the rest of the week, and Friday was pretty much the first time I haven't actually been working on that video. So yeah, my brain is pretty much just fried the hell out, and actually yeah, I'm thinking I might actually try to take a reasonably calm day on Monday as well, just to recover, which is possible because I worked so many hours these past 2 weeks that yeah, so many hours that I've actually already worked more than my allotted hours for the month, and I finished that last week already. So it's been crazy. Anyway, so probably going to be very nice and kind to myself tonight so that I can actually rest, and then hopefully next weekend I will be a bit more productive again. All right, so with that, all that spiel finished, I see Books with Kitten is here, and hello, welcome back, nice to see you again. And I see Books with Kitten says, I won't write today, I am reorganizing my bookshelves. Ooh, yeah, I also have bookshelves that need organizing, but I'm just like, one day I shall finish organizing my bookshelves, but today is not that day. It's one of those days for me. So I have sympathy with you, and it's probably, I don't know if you think it's fun to do bookshelf organizing, because I know sometimes it is fun. The moment for me, though, not my idea of a good. I think, something like 200 books that are lying in stacks in my kind of office/library that need to be organized, and I haven't, because those came out of like a garage because they were kind of hidden by other stuff when we moved house like 2 years ago, and everything was organized, and now suddenly these 200 random books came out, and now I'm like, I have no idea where to put them. So now it's kind of a mess. So at one stage I need to do it, but I've kind of been avoiding it. To my great shame, I will admit that I have been avoiding that job. So one day I must finish that. Maybe on Monday if I do take that kind of calming rest kind of day, if possible. But we'll have to see. Right, so I'm not sure if anyone is going to be able to be coming over today. I haven't really been in touch with the book or the AuthorTube community because, yeah, I haven't been in touch with literally anyone for the past week. It's been crazy. But we'll have to see. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, Books with Kittens, you and I being kind of related to books, but also not quite doing the writing thing today. We're terrible examples. I'm going to set us a timer for 5 minutes, and then we are going to work our way up to the long sprint and see if anyone joins us in the meantime, and see how things go tonight. In case anyone is going to watch from the future or is going to, yeah, just basically watch the rerun later at some point. My sprints work a little bit differently from most other people's sprints. I start with a very super short one, which is a 5-minute one. Then for each sprint after that, I add 5 minutes so that in the end we work up usually to either 25 minutes or an hour, and then we kind of go from there and work in reverse and see how far we get. But usually what happens is we end up working all the way back to 5 minutes again, which means I think we get a total of like somewhere around an hour and a half's worth of writing done through sprinting, and it takes a little bit longer because we do chat and have like fun in between if possible, but it is a bit of an intensive kind of thing where I do keep the breaks in between a little bit short because I'm trying to squash in as much writing as possible. But since it seems that me and Books with Kittens are kind of in a procrastinatory mood. Maybe I should not accuse her of anything like that, but just not kind of in the writing sort of mood. Might be a bit more laid back today because I'm not really in a rush to complete anything, because heaven knows I've had enough of being rushed to complete something and having heavy deadlines and stuff like that. Well, I was kind of tired of that a week ago, but it didn't get better like when I had to go through the whole process again until like Thursday. So probably going to be nice and laid back today. Books with Kittens says, I have been okay, good. I only saw this message now, but she says, I have been procrastinating so much that they are more of clutter shelves than bookshelves, so it's time. Good. Okay, no, so that then it's good to get to it. But it's pretty much the same. Most of my books are kind of being, or those books, the ones that are outstanding, are kind of stacked in various places with the idea of me moving books in order to make space for them to go into places and shelves. But that's pretty much how far I got with that, and yeah, it's a mess. Mine is a total mess. So at some point I will get around to it, but I'm just the idea of doing that now is like no, that kind of feeling. So all right, so Books with Kittens, let's get down to it. I'm going to set up a 5-minute sprint, and then I will see you in, well, basically exactly at 6:15. And by the way, if I disappear for a few seconds, I just want to finish eating because we, as I mentioned earlier, but I'm not sure if Books with Kittens is here yet, but I spent all day with my family, so I haven't really even had dinner before I realized, oh gosh, I need to do the sprint today. So I just want to finish eating, so I'm going to switch off the computer or the camera for a few minutes for the sprint and see if I can finish my dinner. Right, let's see. Books with Kittens says, oh, nice, well done. Books with Kittens says, I finished my planned scene count for the day already, so I decided to just not. Yeah, I agree. That's a nice, like, if you did what you need to do and you don't feel a particular urge to just push through that, I think it's a nice thing to do, rest every now and then. For me, I wish I was anywhere close to finishing my count, but at the moment I'm feeling so tired that I think it would actually damage my book if I tried to edit at the moment, because it's really, I've been working for the better part of 2 weeks. I've been averaging like between 14 and 19-hour days, which is kind of insane when you consider that that means I actually slept for 5 and worked for 19, and somewhere in between somehow I got some eating in, but that's pretty much it, and I did nothing else. So yeah, my brain's just like, yeah, it's just totally not in the mood to do like anything related to anything creative at the moment. But I'm hoping that by Monday or Tuesday my brain will reset a little bit and things will get better. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to count down, and then I will see you at, now it's going to be 17 minutes past. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And time's up. I hope you guys are doing okay. Books with Kittens, I'm not sure if you're going to share updates on shelving progress, but um, we'll have to see. I see Barbara just stopped by. Just share the message. Hello, stopping by to like. In a meeting, I'll try to join if you're still around later. Thanks so much. Very much appreciating the like and also just the support. And yeah, so far I'm planning to be around here for at least about 2 hours. So hopefully you'll be able to join us for a little bit. All right, so on my side, I finished dinner. So I am now fed and a bit more alive, which is always a good thing. But yeah, a little bit out of breath because I had to do a little bit of a run to get back in time for the sprint to end. So yeah. Right, so let's see. I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking Books with Kittens might be a bit busy with packing the bookshelves to actually respond much. So I might be moving things through a bit faster today and seeing what's going to happen. Oh, wait, there's Books with Kittens. Fantastic. All right, so let's see what she says. I finished putting away my V.E. Schwab books. I won the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy 3 times, so I had to figure out what to do with them. Oh, that is very cool. Yeah, it's a good question. Like, having 3 copies of each book might be a bit, like, much if you want to put them together. Good question. I hope you figured it out. But or if you do let me know what you did. That sounds interesting. On my side, for the next sprint, I am going to start working with my playlists and just adding songs, because the big thing about it is that I am moving over to Spotify, and it's all very nice, and I actually I like their algorithm, but I kind of made the mistake of listening to a lot of indie in the beginning. So the algorithm is kind of convinced that I only like indie music, and I'm very eclectic, so the indie music is cool, but at the same time, it's also now a little bit like, great, more indie. I want something else, please. So I'm hoping that if I add more of my favorite stuff, that it would actually help the algorithm pick up what my tastes are like, so that I can get some variety. So we'll have to see. All right. I think I'm going to just jump us into the next sprint, since we're at exactly 20 past at the moment. So I'm going to count down, and then I will see you guys at past. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up. Let me know how you guys are getting along. I'm seeing 2 people watching at the moment, so I'm not sure if the one is Barbara, who dropped by earlier and just hasn't left the stream yet, but let's see if anyone is here, but we'll see. On my side, I'm just working my way through the music. I have a lot of music to go through, so I'm thinking, let's see, maybe I should just aim for like something kind of crazy, but not too crazy today, of getting through all my A music, which is to say the artist's name starts with an A. Because I think what I have at the moment, I'm not exactly sure, but I think we're talking about like tens of thousands of songs at the moment. So I think it would be a bit crazy for me to try and get through as many of them as possible. But yeah, going through A at the moment, I'm at Adele. So yeah, then the big thing also, because I am trying to actually manipulate the algorithm on Spotify, I'm actually listening to the music that I have on my list, because a lot of the songs on my list, or on the list that I'm working through now, this is my general library from the previous service I was using. So what would happen is they suggest stuff, and I listen to it, and I go, yeah, I'd like this. Maybe I kind of, I'm not sure if I love it, but I'm just going to hit love so that it can kind of get into my like playlist, or just add it to my playlist in general. And then yeah, it's kind of cool, but yeah, I wasn't really happy with the previous service's way of doing things, because they kind of saw, she likes heavy rock. I am only going to suggest heavy rock, which was not the thing. I like heavy rock, and sometimes even a bit more new metal kind of stuff sometimes, but mostly I'm an alt rock kind of person, and mostly a little bit of, or quite a lot of indie rock, but indie and alt rock and those kinds of guys. I would say my jam is like Muse. So yeah, I'm, but not just them, but like that's kind of the direction I'm going through. But then they would just like suggest heavy metal after heavy metal after heavy metal after heavy metal the whole time, and then it's like I kind of like some of the songs, but every time I like a song and I add it to my playlist, it just makes it worse, because I just get more of this music when I want some variety. So yeah, I'm hoping that, because apparently they say Spotify is much better at suggesting songs, so I'm hoping that once they see the kind of songs I actually like, I might get more songs that I actually like. So, but now I have to show them, so I'm kind of trying to only put in songs that I really like into my playlists there, so that at least for a start we can get like a good idea of what the suggestions would be, and then I kind of just throw it for a curve by playing Danish music. Yeah, so that also happens, but it's kind of my thing. I listen to different languages and stuff as well, so they kind of need to figure out who I am, so that so that the algorithm can give me the good stuff. So yeah, hopefully it works out. Books with Kittens says, I just stacked the books because I own almost all of her books, and that was the only way I could put them on one shelf together. But now I have a new problem. My 4 copies of Six of Crows. Ooh, yeah, that sounds. Maybe you should just stack them like on the opposite side so that the two balance each other out. Maybe like just. But I guess it also depends on like what are you trying to do? Are you trying to arrange by color? Are you trying to arrange by theme or genre or alphabetically? Wow, what are you aiming for? Have you decided yet? I'm curious. My shelves are stacked kind of by theme and genre, because I have a lot of nonfiction as well. So I have like different types of nonfiction, and then I have different genres like stacked together, and then just kind of more or less according to what I either find interesting or what I enjoyed reading. Because a considerable amount of my library, and by this I mean probably about 400 books. When I say library, I mean an actual. I have a basically I have an open plan office, but like 3 walls on the one side, and those are covered with bookshelves. And so I have about 400 books in those bookshelves that I have not yet read. So I have to get around to that at one stage. But yeah, which might also be part of the whole I'm not stacking my books the right way kind of thing is coming from, because I'm procrastinating on working with them because I just don't have time to read at the moment. Or I make time to read, but at the moment I'm reading a French book. So it's taking me much longer than I would like to take to read a book. But I don't want to work on anything else because I'm reading the French book for a reason. So yeah, random, but there we are. That's me all over again. Okay, so I am curious now to see what Books with Kittens is thinking in terms of arranging. What kind of schematic is she going to use? So we'll have to see. All right, but in the meantime, I'm going to count us down again, and we will go into the 15-minute sprints, and I will continue working my way through my music library. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And time's up. I just briefly, right before the end of the sprint, I decided to actually check out the the stream, and I noticed I turned into a blur again. So I just restarted my browser quick, but I think we are back, and does look like the quality on the screen is better. So awesomeness. And on my side, I just got through Adele on my quest to transfer my library of music to Spotify while only picking my favorite songs. So yeah, I'm working from A to. I'm thinking I want to say A to Z, but I actually think it's A to Z, and then past that all the number, like artists that start with numbers like 5 Seconds of Summer, for example. I'm not sure if they're even on there, but just as an example, because I can't actually think of good examples on my playlist at the moment. But yeah, so I just finished listening. I'm busy at the moment. I finished with Adele, so now I'm working on Adelita's Way, which some of their songs are really awesome. So if you haven't listened to them before and you like a bit like heavier rock that isn't quite like metal, they're a good band. I like them. Let's see. Books with Kittens said I'm going to arrange them, her books and her that she's arranging on her shelves. I'm going to arrange them by genre, then color, but the authors I own a bunch of books get a shelf on their own. Ah, that makes sense. That's a good idea. And Ava's here. Hey, hey, I'm lurking over here, just doing lunch with the family and such. Be back to work soon. Awesomeness. Yeah, we're just kind of kicking things back at the moment because I also spent like literally all day with my family. And before that, I actually spent like all week working on that video that I was working on last weekend. So, yeah, brains mush, and I decided to just spend today as like a incentive for me to actually do something else I've been putting off, which is to work my way through my old library from the previous music streaming service that I belong to, which will not be named because the last time I named it, they, or not they necessarily, but someone threw my entire stream off air. So hopefully now that I'm not naming names, we're still on the right side. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your lunch and time with your family. It's always good. Always a good way to spend your time. All right, so let's see. Set up the next sprint. We are going quite quickly today because I think it's mainly me and Books with Kittens talking at the moment and just like getting in touch, staying in touch with each other. So yeah, it's pretty much going really quickly because she's stacking bookshelves and I'm working through my music library. So neither of us are actually writing, but we are still keeping company in case anyone wants to join us and do some writing and editing stuff. And in case you're wondering why I'm confused, is I have my danger kitty here. She's moving around trying to see if she can munch on some of the leftovers from dinner earlier. No, 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 no. Also not now. Gosh, kitty. Let's just save the plate here. Now she's just going to run from the other way. And oh yay, Key's here. Hey Key. Greetings and hallucinations. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Are you going to be working on writing and edits, or are you also only here for some company as you do something else? Because so far we're 2 out of 2 people taking part in kind of quasi-sprinting kind of something, but neither of us are actually working on writing today. So it's going to be kind of cool. It will either be very cool if like none of us writers are writing today, but at the same time, it would also be cool if one of us actually got some writing or editing done. So let me know what you are going to be doing. No, kitty. My cat wants leftovers, and now she's looking at me like, why can't I have them? I want some, please. I want some. They smell delicious, but I'm not letting her have any because it's not good for cats to have human food. But of course, she's a cat, and she is very, very much. Let me just see if I can actually get her into the screen. There she is. That's where my plate was as well. And she's like, where is it? I can smell it. I know it was here. It was just there. Oh, she's so adorable, but she's very like adamant. I know. So yeah, Key also says, my kitty is attempting to beg food off my plate since I'm eating Pop Tarts and he has the kitty version of irritable bowel syndrome, so he ain't getting any. Oh, yeah, it's probably for the best that he's not getting any, but I can understand the poor kitty is like, oh, please, please, I'm the most miserable kitty on earth. Nobody loves me. Please provide me with some sustenance. I am starving. My cat is the same. And now she's like looking. No, there has to be something. No, don't be naughty. No. Now she's naughty. She's like, if I can't get my food, I am going to scratch something that means something to you and break it because it's in my grasp and I want to ruin it. And now I'm starting to worry for the teapot again because that will be the next target. Oof. I think if we do another sprint, I'll just give her some normal kitty food and see if she's happy with that. But she's very much like, I am now annoyed. I'm not getting what I want. So, why are you doing this to me? It's because I actually spent most of the day with my family, and we have a big dog, like a bull mastiff, and he's not quite like happy with Kitty at the moment because he doesn't really know her. So we've been kind of keeping them separate. So if the dog is sitting with the family, then the kitty can't spend the day with the family. So the kitty spent all day all alone, and now she's very much like, I'm happy to see you, but I also hate you right now. So I'm going to make your life a little bit difficult in all the ways that I can. So that's pretty much it. He says, I will be writing a little bit, finishing up missing scenes. I'm closing in on the finish line. I was writing until 5 a.m. and it's 10 a.m. now. Still a little sleepy, but I'm still fired up. Woo, nice that you're getting to the finish line. Well done. So let's see if we can kind of at least nudge you a little bit closer. Although, I hope you're not too tired because that sounds crazy. I hope you got some sleep in though. But yeah, it's so exciting to know that you're getting in on the closing in on the finishing line. That's very cool. All right, so I think the next sprint is it's the 20-minute one. I just had to remind myself whether or not I actually went up by 5 minutes yet. But yeah, all right. So I'm going to count down, and then I will see you guys at 20 minutes past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And time's up, everyone. If you were sprinting, let me know how you did. I know some of us are sprinting some random things today, like I'm working my way through a music library. Books with Kittens is stacking her books. And I think he is probably working on some writing. So I'm curious to see how that went. But I'm seeing quite a few of you guys have joined in. So say hi if you haven't yet and let me know what you're going to be doing today. Let's see. Going back a little bit. So Key said it's almost at 126K, the work in progress. Unfortunately, I tend to write a little sparse, so editing will only add to that. There was more story there than my subconscious wanted to admit to my conscious. And I know exactly how that feels because that's exactly the same with me. Every time I go back to work on something, it's like, nope, there's a scene there that I glossed over because I just wanted to get to the fun thing, but I actually need to write the scene. So yeah, lots of writing comes in. Although at this stage, I'm kind of at the stage where it's still like, I'm not adding much anymore. Although I have added 2 more chapters since starting this round of revision. But hopefully at some stage I'm going to start going down again. But yeah, my book went from like 60,000 words up to close to 300,000 words that way. So. And then Keys also says, however, the length is okay. It's fantasy, and we're getting into an entirely new culture with this book, and curses, dragons, cannibals, magic, epics, journeys, and gods. Yay! Nice. And oddly enough, the cannibals are the good guys. All right, that sounds interesting. That sounds really interesting. I'm very curious about how that works out. And then he also says the story was influenced by a seminar I found on YouTube called 1177 BC, the year civilization collapsed, with Dr. Eric Klein. It's pretty interesting. I shall maybe check that out because that's what it inspired. I'm quite curious to see what happened in that time, so I'll definitely go take a look. And Devon's here. Howdy, Devon. Welcome, welcome. Let me know if you're going to be working on writing or are you just here for the company? What's up? How are things going? It's been a while since we've seen each other, so let me know how you've been, all the fun things. And then Devon also asked, did the plate survive? Yes, it actually survived. I gave my kitty actual kitty food. And I took the plate that had my leftovers and I carried it down. And then I got tempted because my family was eating downstairs and they have like homemade bread with actual butter. And then I was like, I have to get some of that. So I had like a little slice. So if you guys caught me like grazing while when the video turned back on, it was actually me finishing up a slice of bread. It's just delicious because it's fresh as well. So even better. But yeah, plate is now safe. Cat is passive aggressive somewhere off screen. I'm not exactly sure where at this stage. Teapot is still standing, so and threat level is probably at a 2 about at the moment, so I think it's okay. So all things are going well. So yeah, it's a fun night. No pressure anymore and all those kinds of things. So cool. He also said 248 words in this last sprint. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. And Books with Kittens, I'm finished. My shelves are not yet done, but my books are in. Nicely done. Well done. And best kind of bread. I agree. We actually, in my house, we don't really do store-bought bread anymore because we live on a farm. So it's a bit of a schlep to just like go to town, especially now with the curfew and lockdown and all this stuff going on. It's a bit of a schlep to go to the town just for bread, so we rather buy like large amounts of flour and yeast and things, and then we just make it at home. So I'm kind of spoiled that way. But it is, if there's butter, because we haven't had butter in a while, so there's actual butter and fresh bread, and I had some syrup, golden syrup that I put on it. And in case you guys were wondering, in South Africa, margarine is a thing, so yeah, most of the time we kind of go with margarine because in South Africa butter is actually really expensive. But yeah, we have butter today, so yay! Books with Kittens said, I gotta go. Thanks for the sprints, Misha. I would not be so far as I am. I'm glad, and thanks so much for hanging out with me in the beginning, especially when we were all alone. I really appreciated your company, and have a great week, Books with Kittens. And then Key also said, I make my own bread too, which means none at all since I hurt my back a couple of weeks ago. Oh, yeah, that's sad. But I hope your back is feeling better, because that is horrible. I hate when someone hurts their back, because it's one of those kinds of pains I think that just, there's no real way to avoid it. If you lie down too long, it hurts. If you sit too long, it hurts. If you stand too long, it hurts. If you move around too much, it hurts. If you stay still too much, it hurts. So I don't know. I just, hurt backs suck. So I really hope you're feeling better already. And if you don't, that you will feel better soon. But what happened? Did you fall? Or how did you hurt your back? I'm curious. I would like to know. So just drop me a line. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for a reply, I'm going to set up the next sprint. And we are actually at the first 25-minute sprint. So I think what we're going to do today, because of the fact that I am kind of having a lazy day where I'm working my way through a playlist, and also where, like, just to give everybody a bit of time to get some writing done, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this 25-minute sprint, and then I'm going to do another 25-minute sprint, and then we go back towards 5 minutes. So just in case you guys were wondering what the plan was for tonight. Right, so I think in the meantime, in the interest of actually just keeping going, oh wait, I got another comment. I just didn't see it because StreamYard is lagging again. But let's see. Devin says, I just got home from a 3-hour hike. Everything, oh man, everything hurts. Yeah, that sounds not fun at all. But the hike sounds fun. But the actual everything hurts after you return from the hike does not sound very nice. But maybe a good idea would be to run like a nice hot bath so that it's nice and so that your muscles can relax if possible. That might be a nice idea. Or even a shower, that also helps. But yeah, I know that especially when I was younger, like in school, I hiked quite a lot. So I know it's nice to do the actual hiking and being in nature and all those stuff, but when you get back home at night, it's not fun at all. So, yeah. Right, so I think I'm going to set us up for the next sprint, and as always, just so that everyone knows, please do feel free to leave like comments even as we are sprinting. I do check back with old comments and respond to those as well. Just because when I'm alone with all the lags happening and stuff, it's really difficult for me to keep the stream going if I'm waiting for responses. So I kind of just respond as they come in, or if they come in already, I go back and respond to it later. But it's just a way to keep things rolling comfortably. Key just also dropped a comment saying the back is still healing. I tore some connective tissue, and that generally takes about 6 weeks. Oh, that sounds painful. Nah, it really sounds bad. But I really hope it heals well and that the pain starts getting a bit better. Right, guys, so I'm going to count down, and then I will see you guys at 5 minutes to the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And time's up. How did you guys do? In case anyone is still sprinting tonight. On my side, I am making some progress, but still, I'm about halfway. If I'm looking at where I am in the alphabet, I'm about halfway through A. So I'm currently playing Alice in Chains. So yeah. Random factoid of the day. I have a very interesting set of people in my playlists. Hmm. I have to say, I'm suddenly feeling really sleepy. I'm not sure where this is coming from, but it might be leftover tired from the actual video work that I've been doing this week. Because I've been working really hard on that. So, but on the positive side, that video is finished, and I actually kind of enjoyed some of the stuff that I did for that, especially working with like a new software that I haven't used before, and I'm kind of interested and intrigued by the possibilities that are offered by that piece of software. So I'm kind of thinking about making more videos of that, but for myself, to see if I can speed up, especially at the moment with my camera being broken for proper vlogs. I'm kind of thinking about using that software to kind of do an animated kind of style for a little bit, see how that works out. But I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm just still thinking about it because I'm trying to sort out my branding still. So I'm not sure if I can actually do that and still be on brand. But might be a thing to consider. Let's see. Oh, nice! Key says, just finished a scene as the sprint ended. On to the next. I just have to figure out where to put it. Oh, nice. For a second there, when I read just finished, I thought you meant you finished the entire draft, and I was like, yeah, we're going to celebrate. Then I just read and like, no, it's a scene, but still finishing a scene is just as awesome. So, it's a good idea too. It's nice to know that you're making some progress through the scenes. That was kind of like a very excited reaction, and everyone's like, "It's just a scene, Misha. Why are you so excited?" Yeah, it was a bit of a moment I had there, kind of thinking that maybe that was the finish line being crossed. But oh well. One scene at a time. One scene at a time. Right, so I'm not sure if there's anyone else doing any sprinting. So I think I'm just going to jump straight into the next sprint, which is going to be 25 minutes. So I'm going to see you guys at 23 minutes past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up. Let me know how you did. I'm going to say where I am in a second. Still just working through the list. I'm now at the, sounds going to sound weird, the Annas, but at the moment it's not like, I think it's someone who sang, currently the one that I'm looking for is someone who sang with the Chieftains. But I'm not sure I'm going to pick that one, because if I remember, the woman who sang was a bit like Shirley, so I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to put that one in my playlist. But I still have to find it and listen to it first. Curious to see how you guys did, or if anyone did anything now for the sprint. But yeah, we are now officially working backwards, so the next sprint is going to be a 20-minute. In case anyone was curious. I'm not seeing any movement right now, so I'm kind of thinking that it might be time for me to move into another sprint, because it could be that everyone just got a little bit busy with something else. So, I don't just want to jump into the next one as well. So, aha, I'm seeing responses. So Devin says, I ate lunch. Nice. And Key says, located the spot with the missing scene and worked on that. 240 words. Nicely done. Very good, very good, very good. All right. So I think that's going to be basically the three of us. So I'm going to just jump into the next sprint again. So it's going to be a 20-minute one, which means I will see you guys at about more or less quarter to the hour. I'll give the exact time in the banner at the bottom of the screen. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up. Let me know how you guys are going along. I am actually making good progress through the A's of my playlist. I am I'm at AR, so I'm heading towards the I can actually see where the B list, and by B I mean the actual artist starting with B starts. So I'm thinking I might actually be able to go into that list as well soon. So yeah. But yeah, so I'm not. It's actually the people that I'm listening to at the moment. I just finished listening to Arctic Monkeys, so they're cool. I like them. I just kind of I could go through that rather quickly because I could just literally just favorite like entire CDs at a time. But yeah, I'm basically now I'm kind of looking at a lot of like I want to say indie artists, people who aren't that famous, so I'm not really going to name names at the moment because I don't think they're quite as famous. So yeah, and at some point I'm going to hit Avenged Sevenfold and Avicii. So yeah, but that's probably going to be in the next sprint. Key says 223 words. Nicely done. Nice, nice, nice. And also, I don't know why. Ah, there it is. I just wanted to say the message isn't coming through to StreamYard. Almost done with this scene, and then it's on to reading through to see if I missed anything else. Ooh, nice. Would be so awesome if we finished the scene then, like during these sprints. Let's see. Might be a close one because we're going into the shorter sprints now. The next sprint is going to only be 15 minutes long. So we'll have to see if it works out. I'm curious to see if we can make it. All right, so I'm going to count down and then I will see you at, I think it's going to be 4 minutes past the hour. 4 or 5 minutes. It depends on whether or not the minute ticks over as I'm hitting play. So I'm going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. time's up. Let me know how you guys are doing. On my side, I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, just 7 songs left in the list of A artists. Sounds weird. Artists whose names start with A. So I made good progress. That was kind of what I set out to do today. So if I work away at this list like every week, I'll take about half a year to finish. So I'll probably do some more of this tomorrow. But it's interesting. There's a lot of like songs that I forgot I had, which is so it's nice to actually hit some of the songs that I actually like. But yeah, I saw a comment came in from Key during the sprint that said, if I haven't missed anything else, then the last bit is to finish up the big scene where the demon gate is destroyed. Then I will be done with the first draft. Nice. So you're really close. That's awesome. Very, very good. Okay, so by the way, the next sprint we're going to do is going to be a 10-minute one. So we are going into a really quick sprint now. He also just said 59 words, and I'm pretty sure I missed a couple more small scenes. Not but still, it's still like I'm sure you want to be finished now because you're so close. But it's better to just go back if you're thinking there might be scenes missing, to just go back and put them in, probably at this stage. But yeah, you know that already. Why am I saying this? So. All right, so we have 2 more sprints left. One that is 10 minutes long, and the last one, which is 5 minutes long. So almost done, guys. Almost done. So I'm going to count down and see you guys at 17 minutes past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And time's up. Let me know how you did. Time's almost finished. We only have one more sprint left, but I managed to finish all the artists that start with A on my old library. So, and actually a little bit of the people starting with B. So I'm now at Bastille. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, making progress. But yeah, so the next one is only going to be a few songs that I'm going to be able to get through before we finish. But I'm just going to see how far I get that done. Oh, of course. It's been a long day. Long day, long day, long day, long day. Just waiting to see if anyone responds before I jump into the final sprint. Okay, Key says reading. Okay. So, all right, then I'm just going to jump straight into the final sprint. And then I will see you guys at, let's see, 24 minutes past the hour. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And time's up. Let me know how it went. But I'm assuming Key is just reading some more, but Key also left some messages while we were sprinting. I also posted a note on the Discord of my gaming clan asking for possible alpha readers. Nice. I know it's an awesome story, but it would be nice to know what someone else thinks. Of course, naturally. I mean, it's difficult if you write your own stuff to actually tell. People are either too critical or not critical enough of their own work, so it's really hard to actually tell like what the unbiased kind of feeling is around a book. So it's good to have people who read over things to see how they respond, see how they can make it better. Just what Key also just pointed out, saying, besides, how can I pass up the chance to make it even more awesome? So very true. And Key just also said, yep, reading. Cool. All right, so that was the end of the final sprint. So I think I'm going to sign off for today. Thanks so much for everyone who watched today and for everyone who stopped by just to share and like just mention that they were here. Much appreciated. I always appreciate everyone's support, and I hope you guys have an awesome week. And may it be very productive and nice and good. And yeah, I just saw a message now, Key, just saying I tend to be pretty critical, but I'm far too familiar with it. I won't necessarily see the issues. Yeah, definitely. It happens to me too. So I have a ton of critique partners for all of my books. But yeah, so guys, I'm going to sign off because I'm realizing I'm really sleepy at the moment, which means I'm probably not going to be the best host for the rest of the evening. So I'm just going to sign off. I hope you guys have an awesome week. Key also just said thank you for the stream. Have a good weekend. You as well. Thank you for visiting. And yeah, love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.